Today we're going to do an image transfer technique with something around the house, just packing tape, or I've also got a clear contact paper for larger transfers. Hi everybody, it's Kelly from Collage-Lab, and I've got some mixed media March minis for you. So today we're going to do some image transfers, and I'll give you some tips and tricks. We're going to be working with two kinds of images today. A toner-based laser copy, and you can tell my toner is running out, but toner's going to work. Your inkjet isn't going to work because it is a different process. A toner-based laser printer or photocopier actually uses heat to lay those tiny particles of toner down on top of the paper, and we're going to pull them off. Whereas an inkjet is going to actually infuse the ink into the paper, so it doesn't work as well. I've got some magazine images from Harper's Bazaar, I believe, and also some from some National Geographic. And we're going to just play a little bit. I'm going to start with the packing tape and the laser printer. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out what I want. And we'll see how well this one works. Like I said, I'm running a little low on toner, but it really is as simple as taking a piece of packing tape and laying it down over this toner. Now, what you want to do at this point is you want to burnish the toner into the tape. So you can use the back of your scissors. You can use a bone folder. And you can just rub this and burnish it into the tape so that it is in contact with the tape all around. This is my favorite little extra kind of tool. It's a curved burnisher, and I just love the shape of it. See that curve? And so I just hold my finger on it, and it allows me to burnish all over this piece of tape so that it is in contact with all of that toner. All right, so that's step one. And at this point, I'm also going to just trim the tape because I don't need that extra. And then I'm just going to pop this into a bowl of warm water. Do another one with the packing tape on a magazine page. Let's see what I've got here. It will transfer color or black and white, and I'll show you the different effects that you can get with the transfers. So I think with the packing tape, I'm just going to go for this swimming figure. That's all I'm interested in. You want to make sure you try to get the tape down without any wrinkles. And I'm just going to trim around my figure and the tape. And then I'm going to, again, burnish it down so that there's really good contact. So this is a page out of an old National Geographic magazine. National Geographic's your fashion magazines. The high-end, more expensive magazines are printed on better paper with better ink and will likely give you better results. Catalogs and things like that, sometimes they work, sometimes it is like an inkjet. It's impregnated in the paper and you won't have as good of results. So I'm going to stick this into my bowl of warm water. And what if you want something that's wider than a piece of packing tape? That is where clear contact paper comes in. This is Duck brand, so it's not actually contact paper. It's Easy Liner, and it is a clear on a backing sheet. And so let me find an image. How about this guy? I'll show you what a black and white image looks like. And I'm just going to trim this paper so that I don't have a lot to deal with. But the thing about the contact paper is you could do an image as big as you want. So the contact paper, you've got to peel off the backing, which is easier said than done. Just find a corner and it'll all come off in one piece. So peel off the backing. And then when you're laying this down on a larger piece, you want to get your contact paper kind of a U shape. Decide where you're going to lay it down, and then lay down from the center and smooth it to one side and then off to the other side. So again, I'm going to just trim this image a bit where I've got the contact paper laid down. And then I'm going to burnish it really well with my burnisher. The entire image. The better you do this step, the better your results are. Because you want that contact paper to be in contact with the ink that's on top of that page. That's really what we're looking for here. And I'm going to stick that in the warm water. All right, I'm going to jump ahead to pulling the tape off of the first couple that I've done. And so here's the first one. I'm just going to get a little paper towel and blot it dry on the front where the tape is. Then I'm going to flip it over and see how the paper is starting to disintegrate a little bit. And so you're just going to try to rub that paper off gently with your finger. Just the paper. Don't get too aggressive or you will pull up the ink as well. This is printed on regular weight copy paper, so nothing fancy. Printed with a laser printer. If it appears to not want to come off real easily, you can add a little more water. But again, don't get too aggressive or you will start pulling the ink off or the toner off as well. But you want all those white spots, the paper, to be removed. Okay, that's pretty good. Wipe off my little paper shreds here, and then I'm going to show you. I could probably do a little bit more here. So let me put this on a colored background. You can see through the places that don't have the toner, but you could take a little bit more off of that as well. Let me do the little colored piece, the green one on the packing tape. Again, I'll kind of get some of the water off the top. And so this is a smooth surface on the back. So getting the paper to start coming off is a little tricky. Sometimes you want to score it with a little piece of sandpaper. This is an emery board, so I'm just going to lightly sand that paper and hope that I get a starting point here. There we go. And it might need a little more water. And here we go. Starting to come up. So this image is on the back side. This is not the image we want to save. We want to save that green image on the side that is attached to the packing tape. Okay, and there we go. We've got that all removed. And so you can't really tell here, but the lighter color, that yellow, is a little bit translucent. Let's see if I've got a dark image to put behind it. It's a little translucent. We might be able to take a little bit more off of it, but there's a lot of ink there. So that's that one. And then we've got the one we did with the clear contact paper. This was an image out of a fashion magazine. And so again, let me get some of the, and I haven't left these in the water that long. You can kind of judge yourself. Now, sometimes with the magazine, we're going to be able to get a corner. We're going to be able to pull this entire thing off without the rubbing. Sometimes. And you see that image peeking through as we pull that back layer of paper off. Black and white images work extremely well with this technique, but anything that's got some lighter colors will work well too. See how easily that comes off of the contact paper. I'm not going to mess with this side over here, but if I put this over colored piece of paper, you can see that those lighter areas become transparent. And so if I put that over something else, you're going to see it coming through. I'm going to do a few more sped up, and then we'll get to creating a mini collage. All right, so I'm going to put together a little mini collage using some of these tape transfers that I've created today. I want to put some colorful background down so that some of the more transparent parts of the transfer show up. So I've just got some scraps of jelly printing here. This one's on rice paper. I'm just going to put this down with a little gel medium. And another little scrap. Maybe like that. This is on a book page. Just an old gel print with some holes punched out. I think that'll make for an interesting background. And she's kind of cool right there. Kind of like her. I like him as well. Maybe I just do her and a portion of him. So I'm just going to trim this. Trim this to fit. I like the blue coming through part of his face. I like her kind of exactly like that. I think I will clean up her edges a little bit. Have a little bit softer curve around this transfer. But I like her eyes being right over that. What do you think? And I am going to put this down with gel medium, which will dry clear and let us see this transparency we've got. Same with her. Oops. Make sure she goes down smooth. Now, you may not care for that glossy finish of the tape transfer. And so this, I'm going to come in and cover the entire thing with a matte gel medium. That's going to blend it all together and give us a more matte finish overall. When that dries, isn't that cool? I love the transparency. So we'll let that dry.